name is Andrew Palombello. I'm the head of pro section here at the education program in anatomy at McMaster. And today we're basically just trying to open up the carotid artery in the internal jugular vein just so we can inject the base of the brain with latex. So we're going to make the arteries red, inject them with red latex, and we're going to inject the venous side with blue latex.
On this afternoon, Andrew Palombello, who was born and raised in Hamilton, works alone in the anatomy lab, prepping a cadaver for a surgical skills session, in this case, neurovascular surgical residence. He injects a solution causing vessels in the brain to pop with color to better resemble a living patient.
So right now I'm just kind of palpating so I know my landmarks. So feeling for the trachea and larynx right here, so right in the middle of the neck. And the artery and vein we're looking for is just going to be a little bit lateral, so a little bit to the side of that, just here on the side of the neck. So I just made the first incision, so right now as soon as you make that cut you're going to see just subcutaneous fat, so just that fat and kind of pinch. Blood. There's no blood, there won't be any blood right now because they're embalmed, so most of the blood that's in there is kind of coagulated and they won't bleed at this point. Yeah. It's also kind of scary to think how close to the surface these really important blood vessels are. Kind of hard to get my head around it still after doing this for 4 years.
The skills that will be practiced by surgical residents the day after Andrew Palombello's latex injections include operating on a pituitary tumor in the brain. The residents will enter the cadaver's cranium with a probe through the nasal cavity and view their procedure on a monitor. Bodies donated to McMaster's education program in anatomy, called cadavers in the lab, are used in 3 different ways. Some are more heavily embalmed for further dissection. Others undergo a planned dissection under Palombello's direction, where tissue is prosected for further study. And then there are cadavers like this one that are only lightly fixed to ensure the tissue is pliable and lifelike to make for more effective surgical practice.
The carotid is going to go up and branch into an internal and external carotid. The external is going to basically give blood to everything in the face, top of the head, whereas the internal carotid kind of takes a deeper route and goes to the brain. So everything in the brain comes from either the internal carotid or another vessel that's a lot deeper called the vertebral artery. So together those supply the brain. But now we kind of just play the waiting game. When the guys come in on Friday and Saturday, they'll know if it's there or not. But that's basically the gist of injecting it with the latex. That's